Clouds in the sky, they come and they go. Like the schemes of the wide-eyed wayfaring dreamer. Their infinite form finds constant meaning. Float as the wind that gives them their breath. And the heights that they know no end. And the colors they show are memories of the sun in a bottle, the moon in your hand, lightning in the bloodstream and a heartbeat. The moment it begins. And between every post and a moment of forever, silence is tuned to the infinite station. Past, present, and future hold space without location, divided by nothing, for there is no separation. You know, there is no separation. See myself in you. The joke's been on myself. Everything you do, I have denied my role in it. Why? My audacity to think that I, as human, didn't have the capacity to be anyone in the world. Be anyone in the world. It's awful bad in here, it's awful bad out there, it's awful bad. Is there enough good to go around? You say it's never been this far gone, so I ask of you, what if the worst of the worst can only recurse the best? Of the bed. Night will give way to sunrise. The shadows laid bare by sunshine. Night night will give way to sunrise. The shadows laid bare by sunshine. 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 Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out tonight, Houston. This is Mark Williams. This is a cello that he's playing tonight. My name is Kevin Galloway. Mark is 12 years younger, or 12 days younger than my dad. 12 years. Yeah, 12 years younger than me. And we're 20 years apart. We were talking about that earlier. It's pretty cool. Different generations. I've been, I give it away. I'm only 20, so it's cool. I've been writing songs for 19 years now, like on purpose, like for trying to do something with it, you know? And in that whole time, twice has a song shown up all at once. And I'm going to play one of those for you right now, but I'm going to really lay it out for you if you don't mind. Dinner's okay, by the way? Good. We had the fish and chips and Guinness. And we'll have more Guinness later. So I used to be in a band, and we toured across the country in a van all the time, pulling a trailer, doing the thing. It was almost 13 years, 5 Ford Econoline vans, 4 trailers, I think. The first few, well, all the vans we bought used, but the last ones were newer. The first couple were interesting. I found one on Craigslist once. A guy in an ad had 12 Ford Econoline vans for sale in West Austin. I was in Austin, South Austin at the time. And we needed a van, so I grabbed a mechanic friend of mine at the place I was delivering transmission parts all day. And my mechanic friend came with me. He got a flashlight because it was dark when we got off of work. We drove to West Austin to this guy's place, a big compound with like a 10-foot tall concrete wall around it. Big iron gate. I had to call him to open the gate, and it opened real slow, and I counted 15 Ford Econoline vans in his yard. There were 3 more than the ad said. And I said, "Are these all for sale?" And he said, "Yes, they are." And so we got to looking, and one really stuck out right away. It was the most aesthetically pleasing one that I'd seen. Upon further inspection, I realized the reason I liked this one so much is because it did not have cages in the windows. Every other one did, and I asked him, "So, where are you getting these?" And he said, "These are former prisoner transport vans, and I'm getting them all the time." I'm like, "Okay." So we're looking at a couple. We test drive a couple. We get back to the one with the no cages. Actually, there were cages in there before. They'd just taken them out before I got there. They looked better, and it was the one we bought. A 10-cylinder with no vinyl, no carpet, no anything. All metal inside. You couldn't even open the door from the inside if you're behind the 2 front seats. And the seats were totally plastic, like this thing. And so it was total comfort, you know. We took out the first, there's 4 rows. We took out the first 2 rows and put down a $60 futon, $60 futon. That's what it was. It was black and velvety. And we kept that futon in there for about 8 months. We'd clean it, or we'd turn it over and clean it, turn it over, sweep it off, clean it. Grown men in a van all the time. It had an interesting smell. I lay this all out for you so I can get this idea of where I was. I was sitting in this van on that futon in a hotel parking lot in Asheville, North Carolina. I'd never been to Asheville, North Carolina before this tour. that we were on. We left Austin, went up to Chicago, over to Cleveland, and down Asheville, and over to New Orleans and Houston and home. But before we got to Asheville, I got on the internet, started reading about it. I read they had a rich four-season climate, and the retirees were moving there in droves. So I had that on my mind. We pulled up to the hotel about 3 o'clock to check in. We're going to take a nap before we have to load in and play the show that night. But something told me to stay in the van while the band went to take a nap. And there I was in a hotel parking lot, looking across the parking lot at a bit of the Blue Ridge Mountains I could kind of see. So I grabbed my guitar. I just started playing this little simple. Over and over and over. Feeling something coming on, you know. I was thinking about the book I've been reading by Joseph Campbell called Hero with 1,000 Faces. I was thinking about looking at, watching that guy on YouTube. You gotta look him up. He really likes what he does, or he did like what he did. He's a comparative religions guy, human mythology. He says there's a golden thread of truth through all of it. And we're at the terminal moraine of our mythology, and it's time to take the past and the present and move it forward and push forward to the new one. Create it right now. So I had that on my mind, and I was thinking about all the different stories throughout human history. The golden thread of truth. I was thinking about Bible characters. I was thinking about Bible characters moving to Asheville, North Carolina when they reached their age of retirement. And that line, the devil's in the details, popped in my mind. The devil's in the details, the devil's in the details, the devil's in the details. Okay? No, don't think about it too much, Kevin. The devil's in the details, the devil's in the details, the devil's in the detail shop. Okay, so I went with it, and in my mind I see it. There's a retired gentleman sitting in a detail shop. He's playing the devil in this story. And he looks pissed off. They're taking too long with his antique ragtop car that he brings there once a week. But he's also pissed off at just the state of the world. Just the reaping used to be so much better. He's wondering where all the good souls have gone, you know? And doing that and thinking these things and getting out of my own way, I wrote, or a whole song wrote me. I like to say this is the best song that ever wrote me. So it's called Taking in the View. Devil's in the detail shop, waiting on this old rag top, wondering where the hell have all the real souls gone. It's been so long since the reaping's worth a damn. Little Mary's living hand to mouth, can't believe how fast it all went south, taking pains to conceive of an immaculate life. Jesus Christ, it sure gets hard sometimes. And a bright morning star just left Chicago. He's headed down to Asheville, Carolina, via Ohio. They got a ridge for a season climbing and a ridge of mountains blue. And he's gonna spend his golden years taking in the view. Ever since Joseph passed away, the lady hasn't had too much to say. You can find her kneading in the garden, all skin and bones, and And when the seeds have grown, she'll plant again. Last time the market fell, Satan had to sell off half of hell. Now it's all suburban sprawl and big box stores. Well, it can't be sure, but this might be the end. And a bright morning star just left Chicago. He's headed down to Asheville, Carolina, via Ohio. He's got a stack of classic vinyl and a turntable to boot. And he's gonna spend his golden years taking in the view. And he'll sing, I shall be released. And I got a woman over town who's good to me. Walk in the floor and do looking out my back door. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where weddings been. And I can hear that train a-coming around the bend. And the bright morning stars left Chicago. He's headed down to Asheville, Carolina, via Ohio. They got a rich four-season climate there, ridge of mountains blue. And he's gonna spend his golden years taking in the view. Thank you very much. I'm a singer first and foremost, before a songwriter. I've been singing since before I can remember. I see it in my daughter. She's 3 and picks up the lyrics after hearing them once and is always singing. And I can imagine myself at that age doing that. So I like to celebrate other singers and do some songs maybe I didn't write every once in a while. This is a song by one of my heroes. And I learned today this is the first show Mark ever saw. This guy. Today I started loving you again, and I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heart ache. Today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by with only these few million tears I cried. yet to come. And that crying time for me had just begun. Today I started loving you. And I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you long enough to let my heart ache. The day I started loving you. Yeah, today I started loving you again. Merle Haggard. This next tune's on an Uncle Lucius album. Caught me at the end of a low-down rope and you made me wanna cry. I put you through hell with the tricks I pulled, and lies, lies, lies. I put your picture back in the beveled frame to remember how to smile. Love is the reason for everything. Let me hold your heart for a while. Hold on your heart for a while. Hey, I was weak and I was wrong. I admit to my mistakes. Knowing how I made you feel has been the toughest price to pay. I've got to make a change and it has to start with it. Only small steps and passing time can remedy the shape I'm in. Humbled by your beautiful capacity for grace. I put your picture back in a beveled frame to remember how to smile. Love is the reason for everything. Let me hold on your heart for a while. Hold on your heart for a while. Let me hold on your heart for a while. Sure thing. or not, I ain't much different than you. I got a head on my shoulders and feet in my shoes, both walking down the same old road. And the air that you breathe, it's the fuel that you need to keep the whole thing running. Hey, that's just like me. I shared triumphs and woes, now shape and all color and all size ain't the same, but the substance in the middle's only got one name. Hey, I got soul. You got soul. We all got soul. Everybody got soul. I've seen up, I've seen down, I've seen the spaces between. I felt the sorrow of loss and the joy of reprieve. I hope you empathize. I heard about the way things are and how they ought to be, and know the only one controlling my future is me. I favor truth over lies, so truth be told, we all come from one place, no matter what you sign, your creed or your race. Hey, I got soul. You got soul. We all got soul. Everybody 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 is a soul. I'm having a good time. I forgot y'all were there for a second. I'm serious. It's really good to be doing this again. I'm glad y'all are all here. Yeah. It was tied up and we loaded in. We were listening to it on the radio all the way here. And we got the good news. That's a good day. No longer motivated by fear or bread. I once was a fighter and a miser. Now I'm in love with the level head. Instead of choosing to live in reaction mode, I set intention before me. Let it go and flow. To grow and know from the inside out, and shine light in the shadows cast by doubt. It is not out there, it is in here. It is not out there, it is in here. Where's the light? Where does light come from? Where's light? Where does light come from? Passing over rite of passage. is not out there. It is in here. It is not out there. It is in here. Where's the light? Where does the light come from? Where's the light? Where does the light come from? Told you earlier, in 19 years I've had 2 songs just show up all at once. This is the other one. I was out somewhere in Tennessee. Tennessee? I like Tennessee. It's beautiful. A friend of mine in Tennessee had a cabin on a lake that he wasn't using, so he let my band Uncle Lucius use it for a week. And we set up in the basement, and we tried to write an album, and we didn't write shit. We didn't write anything. I don't know why or what happened. We had a good time. But it was a little frustrating, a little fun at the same time. And we did a lot of jams and some weird stuff, but nothing ever worked. But after being frustrated with nothing working for a long time, I said, man, I'll be back in a while, you know? Oh, yes, thank you. It's my favorite flavor. Oh, yeah. So I walked away, grabbed my guitar. After nothing happening, this is like 4 days in, and I'm sitting on a dock, look at this beautiful lake, butterflies, and the song just shows up. I'm not really thinking of anything. It just is there, and so I wrote it down, and it came out, and I realized it's not really my story, but it could be my story if I make the wrong decisions. But it's probably somebody's story, and it's a love story, and it goes awry for a moment, but then it ends up okay. Grown cold, he's been gone too long, and with a heartache and a bag of broken dreams, she's moving on. And he won't know the bond back home is broken yet, because it's caught up chasing sky-high fast-timed rain. Man, he doesn't even see it coming, and he can't begin to grasp the changing of the season brings. Soon he'll realize what he has lost. He'll get down from off his cross. He'll rise up like a man. And him and that old high horse that he rode and put up wet will come to terms with the past. And they'll and somehow roll that boat ashore. And then a newly faded memory, it will light a fire inside, and he'll wonder all about what might have been, and he'll want another try. And so she'll listen time and time again to the message that she got from him, recognize the difference in his tone. And she won't call him back, but fight the urge 1,000 times and just sit there, staring at the phone. And when her longing has finally killed her pride, she'll once again rely on the promise of the man he wants to be. And the changing of the season break. It's as if you were looking at the set list, man. Thank you. I had about that much whiskey left one night when I wrote this next song. I'm very serious. It was all the whiskey I had left. I poured it into a glass about that size, and I was looking at the empty bottle and that little bit of whiskey in the glass. And I was sad, and I was feeling sorry for myself. I really was. I was 25 years old and new to Austin, Texas, where I just moved from I quit my banking job in East Texas and moved to Austin to pursue music at 25. Never been in a band. And I decided to move with these two girls who also wanted to get out of East Texas. And we got an apartment together. And I worked odd jobs and played open mics, and they worked at Hooters. And instead of writing songs, I was trying to meet their friends. And anytime the door was open, I'd wake up and go around, who's here? 25, you know. But I was playing these open mics, and I went to this one in South Austin at Gino's Italian Grill, where if you get up there at 6 o'clock and you sign up and you make the list, you get a free plate of spaghetti and meatballs. So Wednesday was my big meal night. And I'd do this open mic that was hosted by Rusty Weir, who was the first guy to, he's a fantastic songwriter, performer, passed away, the late Rusty Weir. He was one of the first musicians that told me, I think you got something, keep it going. But I didn't think so at first because I was there playing these songs and, watching other people play. You get 2 or 3 songs, originals. I realized my songs are horrible. Like that, I was almost too embarrassed to stay there, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to just let go of those old songs and forget them, and I have. And I'm going to start anew right now, but this is about the time that I'm hanging out with these girls too. But one night, it was a Friday, I believe, and I'm at the apartment alone. After work, the girls went to a party, and I didn't have a car. I'm not on the bus route there on South 35 between the 2 XXX places. And I've been there plenty of times, so didn't have anything to do. I say, I'm going to write some songs. So I'm sitting there, and I poured that whiskey in that glass just like that. And I'm looking at it, have a little bit. I'm looking at that empty bottle. I start doing these simple chords. And I just start writing what's in front of me. And then it leads, because I got out of my own way, it leads to another verse and leads to something else. It's like the subconscious kind of rolling out. And I'd never written a song like this before, and I learned a new way to write a song. And I think this is my starting point where I didn't look back. This is 19 years ago. And I'm going to play that one for you right now. This is from 25-year-old me to you. Empty bottle, a single barrel, outside, quarter moon. 2:11 a.m. on the clock as I lie alone in my room. Napkin with a number and a name written in black ink intrigues me to a point, but so does another whiskey drink. Take a drink. Things are good here, not so bad. I've no complaints, except for the monotony of the things that never change. I got a monkey on my back and a fever in my head, and it's like I've hit a wall. I've got to take a chance, make a move before my castle falls. Take a drink. Well, ain't it funny how emptiness can be created by an emptyless life? What with troubles and travels and everyday matters and habits that can render you blind. Your philosophy is just an opinion for the masses, and the masses could be wrong. But hell, man, what do I know? I'm just a writer and a singer of simple songs. Take a drink. Take a drink. Drink it in. Drink it in. It's the life. Cheers. I tell you what, I never thought at 25, after writing that song, I'd be playing it with a cellist who's 20 years older than me in Houston, Texas. It's the fourth largest city in the Western Power. I played a bar one time with Uncle Lucius, and the guy in the bathroom kept saying that to us in the bathroom. You brought a crowd to the fourth largest city in the Western Power. That's saying something. It's the fourth largest city in the Western Power. What? I'm just telling the truth up here, yeah. So over this break, we're going to call it that, you know, the reset, I moved away from the Austin area. I'll make this one quick because I want to lay this out quickly. But my wife and my, at the time, 4-year-old and 2-year-old said we're going to move out of our rental we've had in Buda, just south of Austin, for 8 years. we're going to hit the road and go west. And I bought a truck and a travel trailer, and we booked 6 months out west. I'm doing some shows with Robert L. Keane and just going west and doing the thing, and then did one show in New Mexico, and everything stopped. So I was at a RV park in Roswell, New Mexico, and said, am I going to live here for a while? Or should I go back to Texas? And then I was like, I'm going to go back to Texas. But then I didn't realize how good of a deal our landlord was giving us on our rental, because we'd been there a while. And I looked at the rentals my neighborhood where I just left, like, wait, is this right? So I was like, I can't move to Austin. I went and lived on a goat ranch for a month and a half. Some friend of ours had a goat ranch out west of Kerrville. Was there for a month and a half, then figured I better get a real rental. And I looked all over Texas, and I found one in Bryan. It's just south of Hearn, but a Bryan address, way out in the country. I live on the back of maybe like 40 acres. There's a couple of houses, but way in the back. There's 3 acres, and then surrounded by about 600, close to the Brazos River. I've been walking around barefoot a lot and playing guitar. I mean, I'm kind of been having a good time. And my kids have been running around barefoot, and it's been good. We've been finding the silver linings. I've been trying to write songs, and I have 77 unfinished songs on my phone right now. But I did complete 2. Totally complete. And I've already recorded 1. I'll play that one for you in a minute. I have not recorded this one yet, but I did write it, and this one was very much inspired by the walkabouts under the full moon, looking at the stars. This one's called Not That Far Removed. Sun glow for shadows breaking day. Treetops swaying bow, reaching roots, twist and turn to find a way. Come what may, breeze blowing hints from hidden stars, birds flying patterns, singing songs, always tell us who they are. Not that far removed, to be moved by the stillness of the sea, and held captive by the crashing waves in hard eternity, to contemplate the rise and then the fall, just to possibly perhaps perceive our own connection to it all. That is you and that is me. Moon whispers shadows in the night, monochrome secrets show, bathed in second-hand starlight. Oh, midnight side, we are not that far removed. We are not that far. We are not that far removed. Of the sea, eternity to contemplate the rise and then the fall, is to possibly, perhaps, perceive our own connection to it all. That is you and that is me. We are not that far removed. We are not that far. We are not that far. We are not that far removed. Remember what you are. We are not that far removed. So my wife and I have been seeing a lot of each other over the break. And we have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So everything's been perfect. We're good. Truthfully, I mean, all relationships, right? They're not perfect. And there's a lot to write about. And you can tell straight truths. You can get an idea from something that happens, and then you can loosely create a song based on that. It's not total facts, but it's, you know, an outline, if you will. That being said, we've had our ups and downs, but I think we're stronger now because of it. And my wife has never said these specific words to me, but I've seen it in the look she's given me. And, you know, when in the heat of a moment, especially with somebody we're close to, we can say something or give a look that can hurt the other person, and then the other person can take it personally and snap right back and go low too, you know? If you've never done that, please come talk to me later. I'd love to find out what pills you're taking, because you're lying. But that realm has inspired this song, and it's been recorded. There's a really cool version of it now, and it may come out one day. Who knows? But let this one speak for itself. Hey, you don't move me like you used to, she said. Hey, you don't do it like before. We used to have late night lovers more. We used to steal away, forget ourselves for days, laying lost in each other. I used to make you swoon beneath that love's moon. We hardly hold each other anymore. And your contempt in my tracks creates confusion in my mind. Are you angry at me or at yourself for wasted time? Hey, you don't move me like you used to, she said. Hey, you don't do it like before. Hey, you don't move me like you used to, she said. Hey, you don't only hope that you can finally face the reasons for your rage. Otherwise we're only circling back. Same old cycle, same old familiar track. Baby, you don't move me like you used to, she said. Baby, you don't do it like before. Baby, you don't move me like you used to. Baby, you don't do it like before. It's a new day, a new time, a fresh chance to start right, to lace up my shoes with my best foot, take one step forward and tell all the people I love that at the end of the day it's the life that they give, it's given me more than a reason for living. Too many times I hours and the hours of life on the run. Slow down, slow down, just be here now. Just be here now. I'm thankful for life and the air that I'm breathing. The journey itself's become the reason for living. It's the reason for living. Just be here now. And I have a song, I think I wrote it about 8 years ago. And I just recorded it on, what was that, Tuesday? And then Mark came in on Wednesday and laid down some Creole cello on it. I don't know if you ever heard Creole cello, but you're going to hear it right now. This song came about when I was on the road with Uncle Lucius. We were on the road somewhere in the United States. And I know it was the United States because there was a USA Today on the counter in a hotel I was checking into. And there was a little blurb on the front about sinkholes opening up in Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana. And I'm second in line, and she's taking a while, so I had a lot of time to really let this go. And I just smoked a big old doobie. So I'm really thinking about it. My mind goes right back to Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, where I would go as a kid all the time and visit my in-law, or my folks, my mom's side of the family. My mom was born in New Orleans and raised down in Raceland and Houma, and then moved as a kid to Lake Jackson, Clute, and then met my dad, who's from Angleton, and they had me, and I'm from Freeport. But we'd always go visit my family down in Terrebonne Parish, and they were amazing and could cook anything, and would cook anything, and would eat anything, and could drink anybody here under the table, and then work 80 hours a week. You know, it was amazing. And their neighbors were even more interesting. I remember seeing a guy eat fresh turtle eggs when I was about 6, and I was like, what is going on? But I had this archetype for a person from Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana. Right when I saw that blurb in that USA Today, I started thinking of a guy, and I see him in my mind, and I see him standing on a pirogue, one of them long boats that you pole down the bayou. The bayou, not over here, bayou. Yeah. And it's a long pole, and you push it, and you pull down the bayou. And I see him, and I name him Johnny Thibodeau in my mind. And I see him there, and I think a sinkhole's opening up in that swampy land where they've been coming in and, you know, oil men, and they're digging, and there's all these sinkholes opening up. And I see this man, Johnny Thibodeau, barely making it out as the water's coming and the sinkhole opens up, and it takes everything that he has except himself and that P-row, and he makes it out just in time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up to the room and start writing this thing. And I start writing it. I get a couple verses in, and then I'm like, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. And I can't finish it. It's just like, but I've learned to not force these things. You just have to file it back, make note. And I've forgotten more songs than I've remembered by doing this, but I trust the process. So fast forward a few months later, somewhere on the road again, in a hotel room, after a show, asleep. The guitar player's in this bed over here. TV's on. The snoring wakes me up, and it's about 4 a.m, and there's a movie starting on the classic movie channel called Louisiana Story. It just like pops up. Okay, it's in black and white. It's got my interest, and I'm watching it. And it was like filmed in the 40s, it looked like. I've looked this up, and it's filmed in 48. And it was actually commissioned by Standard Oil, which is interesting. I didn't know this until the other day. It's kind of like an advertisement for them to go down, and it has these actors playing oil men, and then these real people, I think, that really lived down there in the 40s in the swamp, rooting them on. You're like, I hope you strike it big, man. I'm rooting for you. And it's like they have these actors do this, and they film these people that live down there and say, just, tell us a story or do something, and then we'll edit this in later and make it look like a movie. And they did that. It's interesting. And the thing that popped out was this old man sitting and telling a story in his house. And he takes this big hunk of chaw, and he's got it in his mouth, and he said, my friend got his hand bit off by the alligator. And he's happy to be alive. And so he sings this song all day. And then he pops into this song. And I'm like, yes. I sit up straight up in bed like, that's it. That's how I'm going to finish the Johnny Thibodeau song. So I took that song and put it on the end of this one, and it all makes sense. This is called The Luckiest Creole in Terrebonne Parish. Came. Pouring down the old land and sinking it. Didn't leave no time for thinking. He barely made it out, but he's got that hero and his life. With knuckles wide, this tombstone painted, he'd push that pole while that sinkhole sank. Swam with second lines and marching saints. He even made newsprint boats as luckiest Creole in Terrebonne. Tempest took his truck and his trailer home, but he's got that hero and his life. So I imagine Johnny Thibodeau happy to be alive, holding that P-road down the bayou and singing this song right here. I eat when I'm hungry, I drink when I'm dry. If whiskey don't kill me, I live till I when I'm dry. Every Creole cello, ladies and gentlemen. Will they let us light it on fire at the end or no? They just said yes? Cool. I lived in Austin, Texas for almost 20 years. Mark, how long you been there? Twice as long. Yeah. Well, y'all live in a boom town, but Austin is a boom town right now, like I've never seen. It's all happening quick, and I've, whatever it is, I'm not going to judge it as good or bad. I'm just stating facts. And those kind of things inspired this song. I actually filmed the other day. I did this song acoustically, standing in the old yard where the stage used to be at a place called Threadgills in South Austin. I waited tables there for about 8 years and bartended, and then Uncle Lucius played some big shows, sold out shows there, and it's gone now, though. I mean, the building is there, but the stage is gone, and it's just tall grass, and Mother Nature's taking over, but then it's surrounded by all these tall buildings. I mean, it's crazy. It's changed fast, and I played this song there where the stage used to be the other day. Off-kilter castles looming and lusting, its manifest destinies bloated bubble busting, rusting at the seams. Life is but a dream. We roll, we roll, we roll. We roll, we roll, we roll, we roll. Back and forth and back again, and conquered every inch. Now we're fighting for full ownership of a lost and sinking ship. Heaping stacks of bones, stacks of tremendous weight, we speed to the bottom of the sea, to be forgotten just like the ones before, because the cycle is a beautiful thing. We roll, we roll. Because it's the only thing we know to do. We roll because we're scared to death that stillness will lead us to ourselves, and we'll be moved to action, following hard without question. So instead we roll. We roll, we roll, we roll, we roll. We roll, we roll, we roll, we roll. We roll, we roll, we roll, we roll. over the top and under the mark, over and over, over and over. But I've learned how to laugh in spite of it all. Now I'm thankful, yes, I'm thankful for the troubles and the trials and the heartaches and all of the tears. 'Cause the songbirds sound just like they should. I've been up and over many mountains, lost in the seas of change, felt shadows so deep I could not remember sunrise. But I've never lost my hope in the undying power of love. No, I've never lost my hope in the undying power of love. I am you, and you are me. I love me, and I love you. I am love. I am love. I am I am I am you, you are me. I love me, and I love you. I am love. I am love. I am Yeah. Very, very thankful to all of you for coming out tonight. This has been good for us, and I hope good for you too. So I got to tell you something cool that happened over the break. A song I wrote years ago, I wrote it in 2010, and then recorded it and released it on an album that came out in 2012 with the band Uncle Lucius. And it's a true story about growing up in Freeport, Texas. It's a story about my dad that was he was hurt in a chemical accident in Galveston, Texas. He shouldn't have lived, but he did. And I wrote the song when he was in his 50s. He's in his 60s now, so I had to change the lyric every time I sing it now, so you'll hear that in the last verse. But it was it became the biggest song Uncle Lucius ever had. And Uncle Lucius ended in 2018. And I think in 2019, the song was featured on Yellowstone. And I didn't even know what Yellowstone was. And what happened was people were texting me and sending me messages and saying, "Man, congratulations, you're on Yellowstone." I'm like, I haven't even been there. Who's saying I was on it? Sorry. But then I saw it, and then I saw how many people were watching that show, and I said, "Hey, attorney? Can you inquire into this?" And so my attorney did. And come to find out, that song was on the only album that Uncle Lucius did with a record label out of Nashville, and we signed a bad deal. But it's okay, because it's a 50-50. They still own half of the publishing. So what happened was Yellowstone contacted them, and they said yes, because they legally can, and they don't have to tell me. And then it was on. And so I found out later and then inquired with the attorney. And the attorney said, yeah, you're owed some money. And then, by the way, the YouTube has reached 70 million views for this video. And the attorney said, y'all are probably owed some money for that too. Let me inquire. And then back and forth for about a year. This is right. This wasn't accounted for correctly. This company's been bought out by another big company. I think a toy company, Hasbro or something, owns it now, the record label. It's crazy. But long story short, we were getting paid. We're supposed to be getting paid now. And it's very good. I'm very thankful. These are silver linings. And because of all of this, and then I think it's up to 90 million on the YouTube now, we inquired, how many plays is that? You count a digital, how many streams and sells is so many sells, and so inquire about how many have been sold now. And so we did that, and then come to find out, guess what? This record is gold. This song has gone gold. This song, please. I'll drink the bottom half of this first one like a grown man. Cheers to you. Salud. Oh, the peer pressure. In March of 2021, this song was certified gold, and then I was able to place the order with the place in Los Angeles, the only place that makes the real gold records. And 2 weeks ago, they arrived at my house. And last weekend, I was able to hand deliver each one to each member of the band, and we had a good little party. I also, because we all decided this, because this is a true story, we decided to get my parents one too, and I was able to deliver this to them. And you should have seen their faces, man. I didn't record it because I didn't. It's too real. It's the moment. It's right here. But there is like disbelief and I don't know. It was amazing. It was very good. So there are 6. No, nobody told them. Oh, that's right. I've been telling that story that I'm about to deliver them. So the gold records are delivered, hanging on walls, and we're gonna play this one for you now. This is called "Keep the Wolves Away." Took my first breath where the muddy Brazos spills into the Gulf of Mexico, where the skyline's colored by chemical plants put bread on the table of the working man, where the working man does his best to provide safety and shelter for kids and a wife, giving a little of his soul every day, making overtime to keep the wolves away. I was barely 13 when the company man tried to dig my daddy's grave. It happened on a French-owned tanker ship spilling poison in Galveston Bay, where the liquid fire filled his lungs and his eyes silenced in immortal cries. Cold in the grip, death stinging pain, he fought like hell to keep the wolves away. For the next few years, Dad was sick as a dog, but he made a recovery just despite the odds. The settlement came and we moved out of town, where the sky isn't heavy with refinery clouds. Yeah, he's still alive, he's doing good, he's in his 60s, but the money's running out and he's pinching for pennies. So I'm going for broke with every song I play, 'cause now it's my turn to keep the wolves away. Mark Williams on the cello. I'm Kevin Galloway. Thank you very, very much for coming out.